Welcome back to No Money Spent, episode 15. No time to explain, we're just going to hop right into it. We're doing these pitcher moments for the created player. We're starting off with this strikeout mission for Paxton. Super simple, just took a little bit of time. Lugo, we just have to not blow a save. Not difficult again. Greinke, you got to pitch 6 innings, so it takes a bit out of you. But we ended up succeeding. Aroldis Chapman. This moment, not very difficult either. We end up getting that done and over with. This next moment is going to be with Steven Strasburg, and we end up getting Yastrzemski 3-2 in the 9th and preserving the shutout. So that's the goal there. Then we step into these Josh Hader moments. Multi-game, you got to strike out 4 batters. Garrett Cole, you can't allow a hit. We got that one done. And then this Kirby Yates one actually took me a sec. You had to not give up a run, and the sacks were full with nobody out. So that was actually difficult, but we ended up getting it done nevertheless. And we're actually going to get rid of Taylor Rogers and bring in our creative player. He's a lefty. Rogers is a lefty. I just prefer the repertoire. I was actually looking at Mike Minor, and I think he's probably better than Brad Hand because of his pitch selection. So I ended up putting him in. The next thing that we are going to do in collections is actually going to be this NL Central Division. And the reason why I'm doing the NL Central Division is because it's definitely the second cheapest. There's not a ton of expensive diamonds. You know, the Cardinals have Flaherty, the Cubs have Baez, and the Brewers have Hader as relatively cheap diamonds. But you really can't forget that, Christian Yelich is in this division. Thankfully, Christian Yelich is not 90, he's an 89, so because of that, he is much cheaper. He's about half the price of someone like Cody Bellinger. So we're going to end up getting Yelich done. Pretty simple, not in today's episode, but we will get Yelich for $50K around, and we also will get Hader in the next episode. We don't have him either. But I was able to put in orders on everybody else in the division. Keep in mind, we already had the Reds done from a previous collection. We've already done that. I think it was episode 4 maybe that we did it, so we've already got that done. These teams are kind of expensive, but thankfully I pulled Javi Baez very recently, and there's a reason why I did not sell him, because I knew I was going to want to do this collection. So I held on to Javi Baez. So the only diamonds I really had to buy was Jack Flaherty today. That's all I really had to buy in terms of diamonds. But other than that, I got all the golds, all the commons, all the bronzes, all the silvers for this team, for every team, except for Christian Yelich, except for Josh Hader. And once we have enough to buy the 2, we can go ahead and cop ourselves that Division Collection reward, Willie Stargell, which I've heard nothing but good things about. And I'm super excited to get, although that'll probably be a little bit down the line, because making 70,000 stubs isn't exactly the easiest thing you can do. But hopefully we do make 70,000 stubs. So we're getting done with these Cubs orders, we're getting done with the Brewers orders, and we're also going to get a couple nice team collection rewards. This Easternhausen from the Cardinals is actually really solid. I'll get into him a little bit later. But Dan Plesac from the Brewers is really nice. With him and Hader, we're going to add 2 lefties to the pen, which we're in desperate need of lefties, so I'm excited about that. But, you also get that Mark Pryor for the Cubs. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of use for him because he is a starting pitcher, and my staff is pretty juiced if you haven't seen the last video. So I don't have a lot of use for him, don't have a lot of use for Jack Flaherty on the team, but Baez is going to be a great bench bat. Anyways, we end up doing the Cardinals. We end up getting Easternhausen. So basically Jack Flaherty, and we got Easternhausen. So that was really nice. Then we locked in the Cubs, and we got Mark Pryor. We're also going to lock in the Pirates and get Andrew McCutchen. This card isn't really going to see my team, nor is the Mark Pryor card, but still, it's a nice card to have. You're just building your collection. As you can see, we're 4 out of 5 on Willie Stargell. And actually, because we got Easternhausen, another solid righty, I ended up just selling Mariano Rivera because he didn't really have a ton of use on my team. So I ended up selling him, and we actually end up getting enough XP for that high diamond reward pack. But we'll open that at the end of the video. First, we got more moments. We got this catcher moment with Will Smith. We ended up getting that one done. And then we had this Salvador Perez one. Man, he needs to stay healthy because I miss him playing baseball. But Salvador Perez, we're going to get that one done. We just had to get an RBI. You would think it would be easier, but regardless. And we got this Kurt Suzuki mission. And Kurt Suzuki does not miss it. That's going to be a no doubt shot. So I've been doing these creative player moments for a couple of reasons. Mostly because I don't know where I want my creative player to go. And because these give you a lot of good stubs and XP. And as somebody at this time, I was super frustrated with Showdown. Couldn't figure out why I was losing every time. I'm not going to lie about that. I just had to cut it out. So I was losing 15-15 games, 15-13 games. I just couldn't seem to pull it together in the end. So I ended up just doing these moments instead, and they're a pretty solid way to get stubs and XP. Although I still think Showdown is better, it's a pretty solid way to get stubs and XP, so I'll take it. I was doing these instead. I'm not going to do the Team Affinity moments unless I have to. At least not yet. Because in my opinion they just suck, and you have to get all 30 to get the really good rewards from it, so I just can't be bothered. We're doing this JT one. This is the final catcher mission. We finally end up getting one off the wall, and we get an extra base hit, so we're going to be able to complete that mission and get it done. So now we're moving on to the first base moments. We're starting off with Daniel Vogelbach against San Diego, and that is one of my favorite no doubt animations, believe it or not, but that was crushed. Super easy. Rhys Hoskins launches a baseball right there into the pen in target field, and he steps right back in against Jose Barrios and delivers in practically the exact same spot, just a little bit to the left. So that one was not very difficult. 2 extra base hits. Then we got this Joey Votto. Joey Votto destroys that baseball. His Team Affinity card is not very good, so I don't think I'll ever be using him until he gets a better card this year. But Joey Votto, pretty solid swing. So we ended up getting that one done. This next one is Josh Bell. You know, we got a nice little good. And it probably should have been a good okay, but we end up just barely getting out of the park, and we hit a home run. This Pete Alonso mission. Jeez, man. It was a fun mission. I'm not going to lie. I think I was 6 for 6 with 3 doubles and like 3 home runs. So I was really successful. Except I know it's 72. Matt Olson gonna destroy a baseball, and we're going to get that moment done. So these first baseman moments, none of them have been super difficult. This Carlos Santana one was a little bit annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. I was not very successful with it, and I got a little bit frustrated, but we did end up finally completing it. Now we're moving on to second base. D. Gordon's mission is just to swipe a bag. We end up doing that. This Keston Hiura mission is just to get an RBI. So these second baseman moments are pretty easy, man. These are not very difficult. We're getting a lot of stubs and a lot of XP from it. So you like to see that. We end up smacking it with Cesar Hernandez. And we actually are able to advance to second on the play. So we end up getting that moment done. And this is just rinse and repeat. This Jonathan VR moment, we gotta swipe the bag. He's actually one of the few in the game that still does. But we do that. Colton Wong, we gotta hit a home run, I believe, and we do hit a home run. We don't quite get it to the chop house, but we do end up getting that done. Jeff McNeil, the flying squirrel, we put one in the gap. They cannot track it down, and that's going to be extra bases, and we get that mission done. Gleyber Torres also splits the gap, and we get extra bases, so we are going to get that moment done. I do kind of miss moments from last year, man. I'm not going to lie. I don't miss moments extreme, but I do miss moments. I do wish that they put more moments into the game. It seems like they're only doing these program moments for these players. Also, yes, I know the second inning program is out. I have not had time to play. I will definitely get that. Eugenio Suarez launches a baseball. No doubt about it. All we had to do is get 2 hits in that moment, so we ended up doing it. This Justin Turner one, I'm ashamed to tell you how long it took for me to just get on base, but we did end up doing it. This really took me way too long. And this Chris Bryant moment also took me a while. So for a while, I actually changed my PCI as well, because I really just thought that was the problem. Spoiler alert, it wasn't, but it doesn't hurt to try. Now we got this Manny Machado one. This is, I believe, the first one that involves defense. So this was pretty interesting. The only thing I don't love about these missions on defense is they don't actually guarantee you the amount of defensive attempts, right? So you could not get 2 assist attempts in that game, and it would be really frustrating. We got this Anthony Rendon one. We end up smacking it off the wall with him. Probably could have caught it if he tried, but I digress. We end up getting extra bases, completing the mission. This Alex Bregman one also took a while because I did not have the aid of my trash can, but I'll lay off. We end up doing that moment, and now we're going to open up this high diamond pack. So I know I'm going with a pitcher here, and I know I'm going with a starter. I really had trouble deciding between Hal Newhouser and Corey Kluber. I'm telling you, it literally came down to me flipping a coin. But ultimately it ended up being heads, and it ended up being Corey Kluber. So we're going to put him in the rotation. And definitely when we hit level 40 of Silver 2, we are going to go ahead and get Hal Newhouser. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I know, no game for the 3rd video in a row, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace.